isn't a bank still a business? Just because we realize that, the Federal Reserve is not the federal government, okay, but it still is a monopoly. Why is it okay for them to be monopolizing money? I mean, can I monopolize money? No, you can't. That would be called counterfeit. Well, they say what the value of the dollar is, they're not backing up the gold. Even that is still considered counterfeit. Depending on how much time I have left on this shoot, I want to talk about the something else. I might as well talk about the Zeitgeist movement, Venus Project, since I've already brought them up. But I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate of the Venus or the Zeitgeist movement. I'm an advocate of the Venus Project. I'm an advocate of the Zeitgeist movement. Well, I try to get in contact with Jacques Fresco. Sent him like 6 pages, pouring my heart out to the guy, trying to appeal to him that, hey, you need me on board. I'm a great addition to your cause. I mean, I was only probably 30, 45 miles away from him. That's where my homeland headquarters, or my hometown headquarters, and I felt like, well, I could go and meet him and we'd talk and see what happens out of it. Of course, he dismissed me. I don't know if he necessarily dismissed me, but I think maybe Roxanne Meadows was the one, because she's the gatekeeper. She's the one I called because I couldn't find the place. And she said, until you bark the way we want you to bark, and this is not quote, this is summarizing it, this is how I received it. Until you bark the way we want you to bark, we're not going to give you any admission. You can't gain admission until you bark the way we say you to bark. And I said, I won't. I'm not going to compromise. I'm already compromising by being here, by giving the information I give you. You can reverse engineer my information. You can plagiarize it. You can do everything I even said right now. That's even taking a chance, a risk. So that was probably about a month before the fallout between the Zeitgeist movement, Peter Joseph in particular, and Jacques Fresco or whatever. And I found it pretty suspicious that Jacques Fresco and Roxanne and Venus Project waited until the premiere of the third Zeitgeist movement film, and then that's when they wanted to disassociate themselves from the Zeitgeist movement. But then I realized, oh shit, is that any different with the Zeitgeist movement? Is Peter Joseph any different? I tried to appeal to him and say, man, X, Y, and Z is what you're doing great, but A, B, and C is where I can help you. In a nutshell. And is he going to be receiving that? Is he going to be receptive of that? I don't know. I question that. I believe his shortcomings are, one of the bad things that he has to offer is that he doesn't appeal to the common citizen. If anything, he comes off as being pretentious. He comes off as, and he may not be, and I believe he's definitely got the goods. But not everybody is going to believe he's rubbing them the right way. They don't get the positive. They don't have a positive image of him, because when he talks, first of all, he sounds like he's speaking in word salad. He's got all these $1 million words, and I can understand him, but for the most part, you start to lose your attention towards that. You start to focus on something else. And this Stefan Melanu guy was also talking about how he feels like he's being condescended on and how he's being judged, criticized, and he didn't appreciate that. And when Neil Perman, the guy of V Radio, it seemed like all he was trying to do was do damage control. He had a couple opportunities to point out that this guy was still stuck in his belief system and his paradigm, but he didn't. He chose not to do that. He chose to let this guy interrupt him and talk the whole time, tell him, pretty much controlling the conversation, and that's what you have to do, right? As soon as anybody starts to expose that you have loopholes and you have holes in your theories and whatnot, then you got to rearrange the conversation in your favor. But as far as that goes, I'm the guy that would like to be part of movements and processes like that. I feel like I have a valuable input. What they lack, I provide, but perhaps that's just my for-profit paradigm speaking. As far as there's a problem, somebody like me has got to be a solution. There's just a problem. Maybe you don't see any value in me. I see value in them. I'd like for them to see value in what I've done, what I've said, and who I am. I like to have like minds, so I'm an advocate. But I believe they're getting in their own ways. They are lacking what is getting in the way of their progression. They need to stop. They need to stop playing for profit and start finding ways of no longer playing for profit. They need to find different ways to do it. And if it takes forever, there's got to be some way they can still mastermind incorporating an alternative lifestyle, an alternative way of providing for yourself than just playing ball. For profit. Unfortunately, you gotta play for-profit ball. You get no, not unfortunately. They can find it if they're sober, and if this can be done if there's a hurdle. But perhaps those are who are part of the chapters and part of the Venus Project. They still, just like Jacques, they still have their power, and they can't recede from their power. They can't expose too much information because they render themselves further obsolete and less marketable. And nobody flocks to them as much as they used to. And like the Venus Project, it's an attraction. That's why they are able to gain money. You know, they offer you $200. You have to pay $200 to gain access to hear himself talk. I don't want to do that. I don't want to challenge him, be critical. But he doesn't want that. He only wants you to go pay, just like Roxanne. Well, you've got $200. You can come to it. You can come in. You don't have $200, then you have to find a way. Another hurdle, another hoop to jump through. Just like Taxidermied Pride. You got to keep jumping through hoops in order to prove that you're worthy of anything. You're valuable to anybody. You got to continuously bend over backwards. You always got to continue to beat a dead horse. Well, I'm tired of beating a dead horse. Zeitgeist Movement's a dead horse. The Venus Project's a dead horse. They're beating dead horses. Stop beating dead horses. And yeah, they're not perfect. They're not where they should be. But they, just like this Steve Melanu or Stefan Melanu guy, he can't see past his biodome. And the same thing with Peter, he can't see past his biodome. He's content and believes that's just the end all be all. But I lean towards Peter Joseph because, I mean, somebody like Stefan Melanu, he's so concerned about being wrong. He doesn't want to believe somehow he's wrong. He believes he is the Holy Grail. I don't think Peter Joseph believes he's the Holy Grail. I don't believe I'm the Holy Grail. There's no such thing. But this Steve Melanu, he's more likely to have that pathology. And he's going to shoot down anybody who talks about something like that. Or anything contrary to his purpose. So, this is more information about me. I'll try to put more information out there. I don't want to overload you. But I'm going to go ahead and end right now and give you some love. Love you guys. I hope you love me too. Hope we can work this out. So make something happen. Let's do something. Time is of the essence. I can't afford to continue to do this, but I can't afford not to. But this is my attempt. I'm trying to give more body language, more something that may be lost, may not be available to me. As far as the music in the background, I'll let you know, I'm just putting it on because the damn tower, modem, whatever, is very loud with the fan. I'm just trying to obstruct the noise and not make it be bothersome to the videos. So I'm going to go ahead and conclude this video for right now. I hope you guys survive. Don't have any more brain aneurysms because it's not worth it. Don't stress out about the little things. I don't want to get too much details of telling you what you need to do, but I'm just offering some suggestions, advice. I don't want to come off as being a dick, prick, asshole, whatnot. So until my next videos, take care. Ugh.